there's that. All right, so, okay, so here's the thing about perfecting strategies. If you have not traded one pair, one strategy 50 times, wrote down your research, you don't know if you perfected it or not. Just letting you guys know that. FYI. Because it's something that I'm listening to right now. And I told you guys, for those who were ready, I sent it to those who are ready. You know, and I'm not trying to say you're not ready or not, but it just, sometimes it is what it is where we are mentally, and where our paradigm is in the moment. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It doesn't really matter a system, so to speak, or a tool, or, and principles are transferable. So hear me when I say, this is for trading, this is for building a business. I don't care if you're building Mary Kay with lipstick and creams. It's really about mentally where you are and where your paradigm is, that will help you be successful or not. So same goes for trading. I don't care if you're trading gold or GBP, JPY. I don't care what system you're using. I don't care what tool you're using. I don't care what strategy you're using. It's all about mentally what you're saying to yourself, mentally what you're actually putting yourself through as you're trading, and the preparation of what you're doing that will get you to be successful or not. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? Because I think everybody's looking for like this holy grail of trading. And that's really not the case. Like, trading is time, patience, and you in the charts mentally. I'm just keeping it real. Like, that's what trading is. So if you think you're going to get in here and make a ton of money, in 30 days, that means your thought process is laser sharp. That means whatever you're wanting to make, you wrote it down, you say it every single day. You have a strategy that tests what you're thinking, what you're trying to accomplish every single day, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I literally can show y'all a ton of stuff. I can drop on these charts and show you all kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with whether it's going to work or not. It's really you. And I hate to say that because I don't want it to come off rude, but at the end of the life, that's just what it is. Seriously, it's what it really is. But I'm going to show you guys how to study. Okay? I'm going to show you guys how to study a chart. So, and this goes for if I'm using the web analyzer, if I'm using the harmonic scanner. I'm going to show you the bare basics. I don't care if it's a regular chart, which is why I pulled up a regular chart too. Okay? First things first, when I'm looking at the chart, number one, let me write down what I'm even trading. Does that make sense? Now, I know that sounds weird to be like, write down what you're trading. Yeah, write down what you're trading, because what if you're doing this and you don't even know what you're trading? So I ask you, okay, well, show me your chart. You don't even know how to get to it because you don't remember what you're trading. So, write down what you're trading. So, anybody, excuse me, let's wrapping that up. Anybody, I don't care, throw out there a pair that you're actually studying right now. I'm going to break it down and show you what you need to be looking at. What research do you need to be gathering to understand what the heck is going on these charts? Oh, Tiffany. I should have known. Hate Euro USD. Tiffany, who looks at Euro USD? Only smart people. No one looks at that pair. All right. So we're looking at Euro USD. First and foremost, on Euro USD, I need to understand where the trend is going. Okay? In order for me to understand where the trend is going, what time frame should I be looking at, really? Like, honestly, what time frame should I really be looking at? Weekly, Sure. 4 hour? Sure. Yeah. Bigger time frames than 4 hour. Let's put it like that. Okay? I should be looking at bigger time frames than 4 hour. Right? So go at the top. I'm gonna start on a weekly chart. Now watch this. We were on the hour chart. On the hour chart, what does the trend look like it's going? Where does the trend look like it's going on the hour chart? Possibly even monthly, yeah. It looks like it's going down, right? All right, so let's switch it over to weekly. Now what does the trend look like it's doing? And I'm just going over trend. I haven't even gotten to like the real meat. This is basic level stuff. We need to be looking at higher time frames when we're studying. Weekly, monthly, daily, those are higher time frames. Okay? So, yep. It's in no, it didn't even back up. It's just in consolidation. Period. So this sideways movement means it's in consolidation. It had a very small drop, consolidated again, went back up, and now it looks like it's going to either A, do two things, go in consolidation again or break out. Go in consolidation again or break out. So that's what I need to be preparing for. I need to understand, where did it go, where was it, and how will I know where it's going to break out. So Tiffany, this is your chart. Okay, this is your chart. So you tell me if I'm looking at trends to begin with. So I'm looking at what we did do. I drew a trend line. When I drew my trend line, I went from the lowest point that I saw on the chart all the way up to the highest point that I saw. So I started with where the chart was, right? So that was an upward trend move. That's a lot of good money if you're a position trader. Like, you made a lot of money off this Euro USD if you're a position trader. Okay? So that upward movement, that was in our past, right? There's that trend. Then I'm looking at where long term, like this is just overall, where was my support? Let me get rid of my chat things right there. Okay. Where is my resistance? And this is like, so this is me looking at long term. But this is where money was. Here's where money is right now. So that means I have a new low and a new high, right? Does everybody see that? Does everybody understand that? Put number 1 in the chat box if you understand that this is where money was, down there to your left. Like, you read a book, you read the chart from left to right. That's where it was. Now I want to break down, where is it right now currently, so I can understand where the heck it's going, right? So this is my new low. This is my new high. It has not broken this yet. It hasn't broken it yet. So I'm going to slow down. Who does not understand what I'm doing right now? Who's lost? Okay. When I'm marking my charts, what am I looking for? The ceiling and the floor and the trend. Does that make sense, Etta? I'm looking for the ceiling, the floor, and the trend. Does that make sense? So when you go back to the basics, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, nobody should be leaving the basics. We should all revisit the basics. We should watch it, take notes, watch it, take notes, watch it, take notes, be on IML TV, be on IML TV in the basics, go back, watch something else in the basics. Like, okay, I really don't understand support, resistance, and trend lines. If you don't really get that, if you don't understand the new support, the new ceiling, the new floor, that's something you need to be writing down that, you know what, Quinn was talking about that, didn't get it. That's something I need to go back to the basics and write down and watch. Right? Okay, so the trend. If I'm looking at if I'm looking at, and I zoomed in, so we could do a little bit, zoom out just a little bit. All right. So if I'm looking at, this is where market is right now, right? Does everybody understand that? When I zoom out like that, this is where my chart is right now. This is where market is right now. Meaning on Friday when we ended, Euro USD ended right there. So it's already started a breakout situation. It's already started a breakout situation. That's why it's good to go and look at the weekly and monthly charts. So as of right now, let's zoom in and take a look at what it's doing, okay? So this was our trend, was, keyword, okay? Gonna go down from that wick all the way up to the highest wick that I see. Okay, so that was our trend, up. Then we had this sideways movement, okay? So that means it never broke this area. And I like drawing triangles. I like using TradingView. But I'm using MetaTrader 4 because a lot of people use MetaTrader 4. So, but I'm more of a TradingView type person. So anywho's, this is the level right here, right? Because everybody see this level where it's straight sideways, okay? Straight sideways. So I'm not even going to use fibs. I'm not even going to use, I'm doing basic level stuff. Where is my trend? Where is the floor? Where is the ceiling? Because everybody's like, I don't know where to enter. Tiffany, how many entry points do you see here? Let me show you. Yep. So watch this. I knew it was going up. This is the uptrend, right? After consolidation, it's only two things that a chart can do. It's only two things money can do. Go up or down. After consolidation, it's only two things money can do. Go up or down, right? But look at my line. When I drew our new floor, meaning our new bottom, meaning our new support, when I drew that and I'm on the weekly chart and I zoomed out a little bit, price liked that area, right? So price touched it there, price touched it there, price touched it there, price touched it there, price touched it there. That's 1, 2, three, four areas, right? Once I drew my trend line, I saw it was going up. When I understand what these candlesticks really mean, when I understand what the candlesticks are doing, and I'm watching that it loves this line, as soon as this white candlestick right here was formed and hit that trend line, that would have been an indication to me that, okay, after 1, 2, 3, if it forms 2 more candlesticks on the opposite side of this trend line, that means it's not trying to, it's not trying to go above a new high right now. That means I have a good position for myself to get in and let it break out to the upside. How do I know it's going to probably break out to the upside? Well, it's going to either break out to the upside or the downside, but I know I need to enter in right here. I know that because prices touched this so many times. It's touched this line so many times. So if I understood what these candlestick patterns mean, if I understood that, and that's understanding that and learning that is watching our chat group, watching IML TV, and they'll tell you what a doji is. The 3 horsemen are. They'll tell you what railworms are. They'll tell you, what the breakout points are. Yep. So, bam, there's my entry point right here. And if I had entered in at that number right there, wrote it all the way up, entered into a buy. So over here, I could have did a buy limit right here. I promise you, this has done this over here somewhere before. If I read my chart left to right, it's done it before. So I could have did a buy limit right here. And I would have did the buy limit based on looking at the chart right here, waiting on it to form right here. And even if I don't know if I should do a limit or a stop, do both. One's going to catch on, right? If I don't know if I'm supposed to do a limit or a stop, one's supposed to catch on. So if I do a limit and a stop, and then when I go back and see which one activated and the limit activated, delete the stop, write that down. Okay, this was a buy limit. This is a place to take a picture of the chart right here. This is the place to see the time. What time did I get in? What time did it activate? This is the place to start writing down that data. The time, what pair am I trading? It was a buy limit. I'm writing all that down. Now, it went from, see that hammer? Right after this white candlestick? That's called a hammer. So right after the hammer, it went 1, 2, 3. We had a couple changes of direction, a little fake out right there. Is that a morning star, evening star? It's one of those right here. So then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 candles. If you were a position trader, you had literally 13 weeks of profit. Does that make sense to everybody? If you're a long-term trader, because each candlestick represents a week, that's 13 weeks of profit for you. You could have literally waited, set your buy limit up, go about your business, made your money. Does that make sense? So I'm looking at the higher time frames because I'm trying to see what's the trend that's going right now. So look, if each candlestick is taking a whole darn week to form, then it's probably fair enough if I break down my day chart. Look at that. It's still going in a downward trend, right? Longer term, I can set this in a sale. If I have enough money in my account, I can ride out the little bitty, pullbacks and be okay. If I don't have enough money in my account, then I need to be looking at the day chart for the overall trend, but then I need to probably look at an hour or a minute 30 for me to get into some of those shorter term movements, right? So what we need to do is, there's an app called the Japanese Candlestick. Download it. Download the Japanese Candlestick. And what you guys have to understand is, every time I enter a trade, I need to be writing down my entry point, the number I'm entering at. I need to be writing down how many pips do I want to catch. Do I want to catch 10, 5? And it's really not a matter of how much you need in your account. Understand that if you have $100, you're not trying to long-term trade. If you have $500, you're barely trying to long-term trade. So get in that range and understand, maybe I need to scalp a little to build my account up. But you can long-term trade on $100 if you're doing a penny lot size, right? And it's kind of schizophrenic in mindset, but you can long-term trade on $100 if you do a penny lot size, and then when it actually catches 10%, get out and get back in. But another good entry to get in. That's still semi-scalping, but you're also riding the trend too. So there's that. Now, consolidation broke out to the downside. Consolidation broke out to the downside. Over here, it was consolidation, broke out to the upside. Does everybody see there's going to be consolidation? There's a breakout. Look, price loves this number right here, 1.21853. Price loves that number. If I missed my entry up here, because that would have been the perfect entry, I can still catch it at this number, 1.21853. Does everybody see that? Do you get that? So that means after this is formed and you're like, man, can I get in still? You don't have to ask that question. Draw your trend line. Draw your trend line around that consolidation. That's my new support. That's my new high. Okay, so we know it likes these numbers, 1.24755, and we know it likes 1.21853. What does that mean? I can use those as entries, take profits, and stop losses. Those are all my entries, exits, take profits, and stop losses, where you see the market being touched by those trend lines and by those support and resistance lines. Okay, so this would have been a very, laser point perfect entry at 1.23880 or 1.23790 something. Really would have been a better entry, but that's like in a perfect world, right? So in a perfect world, if we didn't catch it, don't cry about it, because all we have to do is set a sell stop. Sell stop means it's going to go straight down. Okay, we could have set a sell stop. Let's say it was up here, it already entered, it's already going down. Oh my God, did I miss it? No, set a sell stop for this number. We know it's going to go to that number. Let it activate. Go about your business. If you're like, okay, I only want to be 10 pips in. If I enter it at 1.21853, what's 10 pips in? Going down. So I'm going in the sale. If I'm doing a sale, that means I need to do some subtracting, right? To understand what's 10 pips. So what's 10 pips at 1.21853? Well, let's talk pips. 1.2, what did I say? 1853. This is not a yen pair. Okay, so that means the pip is 4 decimals past, 4 positions past the decimal point, right? So what's 4 positions past the decimal point? Right. So if I needed to go 10 pips, where am I putting my 10 at? Am I putting it the 0 underneath the 5, or am I putting the 0 underneath the 3? If I'm doing a math equation, talk to me, guys. Where's my 10 going? Wait a minute. I know I did that wrong. Hold on. 1 point. What's my number again? 1.21853. What am I doing? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. 21853. 853. Got it. Now, where is my 10 going? So Tiffany said my 10 should go minus the 85. So what she's saying is when I'm writing down my pips and I'm doing this equation, I should do it like this. Is she right? So Tiffany is saying this is what I should do. Is she right? Okay. 3 is a pipette. You the only one talking to me. Is she right? Okay, Devondra says she's right. Who else thinks that she's right? So only Devondra and Tiffany understand. If you're not getting this, I need you talking back to me because I don't know where to stop. I don't know where to keep going. I don't know where to make you understand. So you're going to have to show me or tell me or speak up if you don't understand what I'm doing because I'm going to assume you understand. And this is basic stuff. And I'm going over basic stuff because people ask questions like, it is a pet peeve for me to see people ask questions to Dr. Spiller like, well, what's the take profit? Well, what is the take profit? What is the stop loss? You tell me. What is your take profit? What is your stop loss? You tell me. This is your account. Okay, so I'm moving on because I'm going to assume that everybody understands this. So this means that you say 10 pips is 1.21753. And guys, go back over the section of risk management. I put it in the chat group. Go back over the pips on IML Academy Basics. I'm not doing anything different than what she taught. Like I learned it from IML Academy. And by the way, for everybody that's been in the business for a very long time, meaning over 8 months, they have redone IML Academy. I highly suggest you go through it again. It's dope. All right, so that means if you said you're only going to go 10 pips, this is where you're getting out then. There's your stop loss. Does that make sense now? You've done your own stop loss. You don't need anybody to give it to you. I mean, Lord Jesus, I said stop loss. Your own take profit. And let's look at that. Because somebody should have checked me when I said it wrong. Let's look at that. So what am I writing down? Let's go over it one more time. What am I writing down when I'm doing my research? I'm writing down the pair. I'm writing down the entry point. Okay, I'm writing down my stop loss. I'm writing down my TP. I'm writing down my exit. I'm writing down how many pips do I want. And then you need to write down how many pips did you actually catch. You need to write down, was it a buy, sell, or limit, or stop, or market execution. All that needs to be written down when you're doing your research. If you're not doing this 50 times on one pair, you're not studying. You don't know if the strategy works or not. You have no idea if you haven't done this 50 times. That's the only way for you to look back and see, okay, I've done it 50 times. How many times was I in profit? What was the ratio? Anything over 65%, you're on the right track. Does that make sense? Right? You're on the right track. So here's the deal. If I know I'm doing a sale and it's going in a downward trend, my take profit needs to be somewhere down here. My stop loss needs to be above that. The stop loss means it's going in the wrong direction, right? Here's the issue. When we get right here, this is where everybody loses money. Right about there. Okay? I'm gonna draw a zone because I'm in MetaTrader 4 and I don't like using MetaTrader 4. Boom. This is where we all lose money right here in this zone. I'm going to tell you what happens. Okay? So you did a take profit probably somewhere, I don't know, like right in this zone area. Right? Your take profit was in the zone area. Okay? And it took you out of the trade. Let me say this the other way. That's not what I want to use. No. This is the area I want to use as an example. So let's say you're in this trade and it's going in an uptrend, right? And your stop loss is somewhere right in here. Because you entered in like down here somewhere, okay? And you're like, okay, I want this many pips. If it goes in the wrong direction, this would be going backwards. Stop my losses here, right? So we lose money because what we did not do, was we didn't, once it kicked into the trade, we're down here, we entered here, right? Once it kicked into the trade and went up, and we saw that pullback happening, we didn't move our stop loss. So if your stop loss was right here, okay, it went down into your stop loss, right? It went down into your stop loss, but then it went right back up and spiked. So it kicked you out the trade, and then you lost money. Because you made profit from here to here and went backwards, you lost all that money, and it kicked you out. And you didn't move your stop loss. So the stop loss should have been moved down here somewhere where you were at the entry point. Down here somewhere at the entry point. Move your stop loss. How do I move my stop loss, Quinn? Okay. You know where to go to modify your trade? Does anybody know how to modify their trade? TP is take profit. SL is stop loss. Does everybody know where to go to modify their trade? Please put no if you don't. Because if you say, if the only one person says yes, I'm moving on. And I'm going to tell you how to, where to put it instead of how to go get it. Does everybody know how to modify their trade? All right, great. Cool, Devondre. All right, so, cool, Tina. When you're modifying your trade, how you move your stop loss is simply in modify, the old stop loss, delete it. Put in the entry where the stop loss is. What number you entered in at, that's behind you now. That's now the new low. Does that make sense? If I entered in down here or down here, I'm going in the upward trend. I'm going to keep moving my stop loss up. Instead of my stop loss being down here or down here, if it goes backwards, I'm going to move it up even more. I'm securing profits when I do that. So that means I won't get stopped out if it gets in the pullback. Because, I mean, honestly, guys, it could have pulled back all the way down here. Does that make sense? Like when we were on the uptrend, it could have went all the way down here, but spiked back up. That doesn't, that pullback doesn't mean it's going in the wrong direction. Sometimes it just means it's doing a reverse pattern on you or fake out, but it's still going to keep going in an upward trend. Here's a pullback. Here's a pullback. Here's a pullback. And if you didn't fix your stop loss, then you probably lost some money. Oh, this is a major situation right here. If you didn't move your stop loss over there, or just get out the trade, because I would just got out. I don't trade during consolidation. I am recording, Etta, but I'm not really good with posting recordings. So next time, if I were you, I would probably jump on a tablet or a laptop when I'm doing these Zooms. Just trying to help you out. You can still go on a tablet or a laptop now if you're at home and just like type out the link, or just go to Zoom and put in the numbers are shown at the top, the meeting ID number. That way you can get it off of your phone if your phone is not like the best area. Well, Devondria, so don't overthink it. Deleting and adding in the new number is the same thing as changing the number. Oh, well, welcome home, Tina. So, yeah, don't overthink it. What I mean by deleting the stop loss, I mean delete it and then add in the new number. The new number is your entry. So that's changing it. So does everybody understand that? So yeah, I was just saying delete because I'm being like, I'm dumbing down the instructions, if that makes any sense. So go to modify, get rid of your stop loss, and then change the numbers to, the new number for your stop loss is your entry now. And you're going to keep doing that if you want to secure profits. If you go back to the bigger time frame, you're like, oh, it's going to keep going. So if they entered in at an H4, I'm gonna go to the day. If I'm looking at the H4 chart and I'm like, wow, that doesn't look like it's gonna continue to go down. This looks like it's going up, right? So if they called the trade, they said the trade was going down, and this happens, some people get scared. Don't get scared. Let's go over to the day chart. Let me see what it's doing. Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna continue to go up. No big deal. So I'm good. I'm solid. Does that make sense? So like right here, it looks like it's consolidating. Remember, I just told you when charts consolidate, when money consolidates, I get out. I don't stay in consolidation. It's too much indecision. So if I was only looking at the 4-hour chart and I entered in at a 4-hour chart and I only stayed looking at a 4-hour chart, I would have got out of this trade. But then come over here and look into the day chart. Where is the market going? It looks like it's still about to go down. It's no indication that I need to get out. Does that make sense? So sometimes we get out too early, too late. And Tina, trailing stops, you can do that if you're on a computer, but a lot of people aren't on a computer when they're trading. A lot of people are on their phone. Trailing stops are cool. They're easier to deal with, for sure. But then at the end of the day, when you do a trailing stop, if you don't go in and modify even your trailing stop again, then it's going to stop you out at so many pips, whatever you set it, or you did the default setting. So on your computer, you can do a trailing stop. Yeah. So every so many pips it does that. But again, if you're not on your phone, you can't do a trailing stop. Yeah, that's good. If it's 20, 25 pips in profit, either, hell, get out or adjust it to where it's within 10 pips, right? Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb too. And this is another thing too. Greed helps you get in trouble. Greed helps you get in trouble. So what's 10% of 100, guys? What's 10% of 100? Come on, math wizards. $10. If you've made $9.85 in that trade, or in two of the trades combined, it's about $9.85. Get out the trade. Like, are you really going to stay in it for 20-something cents? Let's keep it real. Come on. And it's mostly with men. I see mostly men. Oh, it ain't hit the $10 yet. Don't overthink this, guys. Like, it's still at 10. Right, Tiffany, round up. Like, get out. Don't be greedy. But some of you guys are getting in your trades. You don't even know what 3% loss is. You have no idea if you don't know if you're like, okay, if my account goes past 5% loss, I'm getting out. If this trade is going 5% in the wrong direction, I'm getting out. Does anybody have that plan? Because if you didn't get into the trade with that plan, that's another gambling mentality. Does that make sense? You are gambling if you get in the trade and you don't know what you're trying to gain and what you're willing to lose. You are now gambling. You are not trading. Does that make sense, guys? This is not the casino. I thought you wanted to grow your account 10% daily. The only way for you to do that, guys, is really learn, well, what's 10% of my account? And this is where the true compounding comes in. This is the beauty of what you guys are doing. And this is where we take it for granted. Let's say $100, I'm trying to do 10%. Right? So yeah, it's $10 today. So that makes it 110. Now what's 10% of 110? So tomorrow, how much should I have when I'm trading? That is kind of tight, Tina. If you're going to do that, your lot size needs to be kind of big. So yeah, $11. Absolutely. So that means when I'm trading, and I only have $100, I only need to be doing one or two trades. Only one or two trades should be open at one time. Why? Y'all tell me why. If I got $100 in my account, only one or two trades should be open. Why? This is where we're losing money. Risk management. Can't handle it? Absolutely. It cannot handle the drawdown. I should not be over 0.02. And that means if I get in two trades at 0.01, I am now at 0.02. I am now done. So that means another signal comes out, put it in your demo. It doesn't mean you can't trade it. Put it in your demo. Put it in your demo. And y'all, the swipe coin, they have not made us pay for that yet. You should be taking those signals from swipe coin. I haven't lost a trade yet. FYI. And the swipe the Coin Academy, y'all should have been watching that. The junk is dope. That was real country. Sorry. So now I grew. It's 2 days. It's been 2 days, and now my account should be at what? How much money should I have now? $121. Right? People are like, oh, there's no money. You didn't do that. You definitely didn't get that at the bank. Now, what's 11%? No, what's 10% of $121? I've actually had people in our group, or one person, take a calendar in 30 days at $200, and she calculated what 10% was every single day. This is my day 3. And we started with $100. Now, what's 10% of $133.10? I'm just showing you guys. Day 4, I'm at $146. It looks slow, right? Here's your homework. Take your balance, do 10% every day for 30 days. I want you to tell me at day 31 how much money should be in your account. It's going to blow your freaking mind. I don't care if you can do 5%. If 10% is too much for you, because it might be, do 5. It's going to blow your mind. And you grow your account 5% every day. For 30 days, and be really disciplined. That's why when new students get in, and if they're my direct sponsor, I make them do $1 a day for 30 days in a demo account and act like it's a real account. I've had one person successfully grow their account and make it only $1 a day. And that one person that's been able to do that is a silent assassin in trading now. She literally was able to take 2 months of trading and pay for her entire wedding. She's getting married next month. She lives in my hometown. Because she was disciplined enough to grow her account to $1 a day. She took 2 months of trading. After growing her account $1 a day and staying disciplined, she wrote out on a calendar. She took 30 days. She put her balance of her live account and wrote out on a calendar what her 5%. She only did 5% a day. After she did that demo, she went live. 5% a day. She figured out how much that was. She went to work. She was a nurse and she was on call a lot, but she made sure she made sure she was trading. I had a conversation with Tiffany today. A lot of you guys are trying to stay awake during break, London breakout session. Hello, guys. Can I help y'all? It's called pending orders. Y'all see me? Like, listen, God bless people that can get up with Dr. Spiller during London breakout session. I just told Tiffany last month, I hit a comma with 2 digits in front of it without working. And I didn't wake up for a London breakout session. So, no, you base your trading plan not around somebody else's take profit. You base your trading plan on all the stuff I gave you earlier. What am I growing my account? 10, 3, 4, 5% daily. What am I willing to lose? So your take profit, and this is a tip. I just showed. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were on. We were typing out because you asked me what the TP was. All that stuff that whole thing. What's your entry, exit, yada yada yada. No, that's the trading plan right there. What the TP, the take profit. When you asked me that, that's a. Oh yeah, just got on. Okay, cool. So your trading plan, like I was telling you guys, it should be based upon what am I growing my account percentage wise? What am I willing to lose? That's the plan. Yes, somebody gave you a take profit 1, but you need to look at how many pips that is. Does that make sense? Because your TP1 may not be somebody else's TP1. But see, what Tina went back and did was she wrote down, okay, so I've gotten the signals. 90% of the time the TP1 is hit. Work backwards then, Tina. What you want to do is how many pips from entry to their TP1 was it? Was your account good? Could it handle that? Another thing you guys want to take into account is you also want to take into account, the spread when you're getting in these trades. One of the reasons why I really, again, don't care all the time whether I wake up for the London breakout session or not. And some of those pairs, the spreads are extremely high. So what I do is about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, I draw my charts up. I've already been looking at what happened at 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. days before. At 10 o'clock, I can set. At 10 o'clock at night, while everybody's doing whatever they want to do, I'm setting up my London breakout session. On the chart, or you mean on your phone? Because the entry is on your left. So like when you look at your phone and you actually go to the trading screen, Devondria, dang, my phone is about to die. When you look at your phone and go to your trading screen, I need to go get my charger. And you're in the part where it says trade, and you got your open positions, right? It's going to say the symbol, buy. It's going to be the lot size. Underneath that, it'll have a number, an arrow pointing to the other number. The number right underneath the symbol on the left, that's my entry price. The arrow it's pointing to is where market is right now. No, I haven't gone over chart setups. So at 10 o'clock at night, let me tell you, and I'm going to be very plain Jane about it, because I use like Fibonacci to get my entry points. And Fibonacci is a very, 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 very simple tool to use. And let me tell you who to watch so you can understand how to set Fibonacci. Go to IML Academy under technical analysis, find where it's talking about Fibonacci. There's one. Also, you want to go watch Mike Miles. You want to watch Christopher Derrick uses a lot of fibs as well. And they break down the Fibonacci points and they go over it. Some of my videos in Facebook group, if you just type in Fibonacci, some of my lives and things I've done in the past, I've broken down what Fibonacci is. That I'm not going to go over that because we're super over time. But I'm going to show you, and I've kind of already done it. Like once you know how to calculate pips, guys, that's the power. That's the armor. If I know 1.21853 is my entry point, now I have power. Because that's my starting point to counting take profit and stop loss, correct? My stop loss is going to be up here at the top somewhere, right? Because remember, it's going down. My stop loss should be going the opposite direction. Because if it goes up, that's not good. So I need to find a comfortable place for it to stop me out at, right? 10 pips, 5 pips, whatever you want to do past the entry, however you want to do that. Then let's say the market was like right here, okay? Market was right here. I knew I wanted to do that sell stop. I would have set the sell stop up right here. So after it had passed these two candlesticks right here and gone on about its business, I've already set my sell stop in my phone for it to hit this number. That's setting up my chart ahead of time. Because I looked at it. I looked at the days before. I looked at my support and resistance lines. Okay, it loves this number. It's hugging this number. So I'm going to do my buy stop and sell stop. I do that on the London breakout session. I'm looking at the entry. I'm looking at the points. I'm looking at my support resistance, my trend lines. I'm looking where the numbers are hitting all the time. For fibs, I use 23.6, 38.2. Sometimes I use 50. Not that often I use 50. I mostly use the 23.6 and the 38.2. So I'm doing my buy stop and my sell stop hours before. But you also need to understand how to read the chart and the time at the bottom. You need to see at the bottom if it says 10 o'clock. Is that really 10 o'clock at night? No, it's really not actually. Or how would I know what time that is, Quinn? That's a great question. Studying. Studying will help you understand what time it is. I'm not trying to be vague. I'm trying to teach you to fish, because if I give you the fish, you're going to be dependent on me. And God bless every leader that has come through here and taught our team something. But I want to teach us not codependency, because what I don't like anybody coming in and teaching you guys and giving you everything. That bugs me out, because it's like, okay, so you just basically going to make them dependent on you. We're not on breast milk anymore. I don't want anybody on breast milk. You need to learn how to get your sippy cup and tilt it up yourself. So I'm giving you the information, but I want you to go find it. I'm not going to tell you what 10 o'clock on the chart really means. You need to go find that information. Another person that will teach too is Rachel Riles. You go on the new member orientation, go through the power group. The power group. How do I get to the power group? Go to our Facebook page. Go to our pinned post. And if you've read every single part of that pinned post at the top of our Facebook group, how to get in her power group is there. And I am one of the admins, and I'm one of the people that can get people in and out. So I know who's read that pinned post, because I can see who's trying to get in and who's not. So in the power group, she has a lot of videos where she goes over at the bottom of the chart the times and what that means and what it means. A lot of the times your chart is set in GMT time. How would you know that? Watching Adeze Duncan on IML TV will help you understand that too, because something she mentions. Even watching any basic level trading video, you'll see at the bottom the times are not in Central or Eastern Standard Time. They're in actual GMT time. So you have to convert the time that you got into the entry or the time that the trade went into a certain direction. You have to convert that into your time. Once I understood that, I was like, oh, well, I'm not getting up in the morning no more. Ain't no need. There's not even a need to get up at 3 o'clock and then go back to sleep. And that's for me. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I get it. I don't have to wake up, though. I can set a sell stop and I can set a buy stop. Whichever one, when I wake up, whichever one kicked in, cool, great. I delete the one that didn't. But that's what I do. I go through the GBP JPY pair. I go through the GBP USD pair, the GBP CHF pair, and one other pair I have it written down. And I only trade those during the London breakout session. And I'm setting up a buy stop and a sell stop. I'm doing both because you don't know which one is going to go into. So I'm doing both the buy stop and the sell stop. I know what my entry point is. I'm going 10, 15 pips. That's it. Above where the entry point should be into a buy stop or a sell stop. So I just showed you how to look at your support and resistance, how to look at the number and tell what this number is. That's my support number, right? All right, if I'm setting my sell stop and I only want to capture 10 pips down, that's all I need, then I know how to find what 10 pips for that number is, right? I know what 15 pips from that number is now, right? So that means my take profit is going to be 10 pips from that number. For my spread, I might give it like an 5 or 8 pip cushion, and then start there as my entry point. Then go 10 pips into a take profit. Maybe 20 for a stop loss. And that's based on my account and how my account is set up, right? And then that means if I do that, I can do a little bit bigger lot size because I only want 10 pips. I'm not greedy at all. So I might have a 0.09 on that. So I'm only going 10 pips. Does that make sense, guys? And I'm asleep. So 50 to 60% of my trading is pending orders. I'm literally doing events for the Immunitiers. I help run their I Believe Foundation. That's my daytime job. And then I do all the IML Houston events. That's my other daytime job. And then I have 2 other businesses that I run personally. And then I hang around with you crazy people. And then I have a 13-year-old. And then I have a man. So, yeah, I don't really have time to get in a lot of market executions. So when everybody sleep and stop, oh, hey, Quinn, or hey, mama, I'm setting up charts 10 and 11 o'clock at night, and then I go to bed. I take my butt to bed, and I wake up to what? Pillow profits. Sometimes I use head and shoulders. I use patterns. Head and shoulders is my favorite. Double tops, my favorite. I know when a chart is going to be in a head and shoulders or a double top, I can expect a downward trend after that. I can expect a downward breakout. So I know how to, when you can see those patterns and know what it's about to do, and you see what it is. And the best place to test this stuff out is in your demo account. I did a lot of demo trading. I got that from Clarence Gatlin. Clarence Gatlin, he was in his demo trading for 4 months before he went live. The guy's made over $3 million. He's only been in the company a year. No, 2 years. We've all been in about 2 years. Yeah, if it's the upward head and shoulders, not inverted or downward, I know it's about to be a sale. Absolutely. So that's an easy sale. That's easy money. Easy money, Tina. Easy money. Same thing with a double top. Sometimes if you like to get a triple top. Yeah, I use a harmonic scanner, but you got to know how to read the harmonic scanner. You can't just read the harmonic scanner straight out. You got to look for consolidation. You got to draw your support and resistance lines. You got to draw your trend line. You got to use the harmonic scanner like a chart. You can't just straight up go in there and say, all right, let me plug in the stop loss, the TP, and whatever it gave me. You need to look for the areas of the longer wicks. Where are those areas at? That's going to be some safe entry points, some safe TPs and stop losses. I need to look for consolidation. And what I want to see is after the pattern, I want to see consolidation because that's my next entry point. That's my next breakout on a harmonic scanner. So I'm looking for consolidation on the harmonic scanner. If I go through the harmonic scanner and I'm looking through a pair and I don't see consolidation, I move on to the next pair. So, but I draw up my harmonic scanner just like I draw up my chart. Support, resistance, trend lines. I'm looking for where those pullbacks are. I'm looking for where those long wicks are. I'm looking for consolidation because that's my breakout point. So, Devondre, this is really designed and based upon your life. If swipe trades is something that you don't take a lot, then don't buy it. I'm just telling everybody because I don't want anybody to be like, dang, Quinn, we spend $190 a month. Well, if you don't use swipe trades, don't get it. If you use it and you like it, grab it. If you need swipe trades to build your account up because they're scalping, do it. Absolutely do it. I will forever keep the web analyzer because, and everybody should now know I'm armed with information and I now know how to study my chart. Does everybody know how to study their chart now? Does everybody know how to gather research when they're studying their chart? Does everybody know what am I looking for? How many times am I doing this? What's the magic number? I'm going to study the chart, gather this data for each trade, for one pair, and I'm going to trade it how many times before I say this doesn't work? What's the magic number? How many times am I going to do 50? Yep, absolutely. You can do demo, you can do live, it's up to you. But 50 times. That means everybody should have a notebook and a trading journal. Devondre, you have one of those lifestyles where you should have a small notebook, because I do. I carry a small purse everywhere with me because, my God, I'm driving around like a mad woman all day long. So I have a very small notebook that I got from the dollar store. When I pull over, I get in my trading enter, I write down my entry point, my take profit, my stop loss, and I'm like, okay, this is how many pips I'm trying to catch. I write that down in my small notebook. At the end of the night, I put it in my bigger notebook. Sometimes I'm lazy and I forget, But at the end of the night, I put it in my bigger notebook. You have kids? Y'all have kids? Pay your kids to put it in your notebook. Like, there's ways around this. Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. Forex Chicks, Sundays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock. That's Eastern time, Tiffany? I like the Forex Chicks. I met them in Vegas. Good people. Real good people. All right, cool. So it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. Forex Chicks comes on Sundays and Thursdays. And when I was telling a chick today, Gugu, I was telling her out in Dallas, I was like, if you are working a job, Forex trading should be your part-time job. Does that make sense, guys? If you have a full-time job, Forex should be your part-time job. Gary Vaynerchuk is very vulgar, but he's one of my mentors, and when I meet him, I promise I'm going to kiss him in the mouth. He says when you are chasing or going after your dream and really building something, and you have a job, it should be, I go to work, come home, kiss my significant other, kiss the dog, kiss the kids, eat, and go to work again on my dream. And where a lot of us kind of get it a little twisted, we think, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's that paradigm that's got to be fixed. There is no tired. Oh, yeah, I know she does. Kim does cuss a lot, so I like her. There is no tired. There's no tired. There's no, I can't do this. There's no, I don't get it. There's no limits. What will happen if you remove the limits? I mean, sometimes I don't get like the mindset behind, people's mouths. I can't get this. Well, what is can't? What if you didn't know the word can't? What would happen? And what time frame are we looking at? What are you trying to learn this in like 2 days? You might not be able to get it in 2 days, but this is my thing to you. What if you told yourself you could? What if you didn't know any better? What if you thought you could learn how to trade Forex in 24 hours? I'm just asking questions because I feel like we put things, we put things in our mind. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story and then I'm gonna get off here. I was helping the Imonites move offices this past weekend. And there was a guy that was helping me. It was two guys. Two guys were helping me move a day before the movers came. One guy stood outside of the door waiting on me while I was downstairs at the concierge talking to them. When I got up there, I used the key, got in to get in the door. The next day, the other guy didn't wait on me. When I got upstairs, I used the key to get in. He was already inside. What's the moral to this story? Well, me and the first guy had created in our mind the door was locked. We took ourselves and we convinced ourselves the door was locked. The second guy didn't think the door was locked at all. He walked right through the door. No limits. You're right, Tina, took action, opened the door. Because his paradigm did not stop him at the door. The goal was to get on the other side of the door. So he accomplished it because he opened the door. Me and the other guy, we thought the door was locked. And it wasn't. So we created that in our mind. The door was not actually locked. We created that in our mind. It was actually opened. Now, in hindsight, it shouldn't be open, but why argue about whether it shouldn't be open or not? The point is, it was open. So think about it. What in your mind have you created? What conditions in your mind have you created about trading that's stopping you from getting where you're supposed to be? Write it down. Write the conditions in your mind you created that are wrong. And fear is the false evidence appearing real. Write down the distractions you already know that's going to happen when you're actually doing this, whether you're trading, building, or doing both. What's going to distract you? Write it down. Write it right beside your goals. That way you don't get shocked when it happens. What's going to stop me from accomplishing what I'm supposed to accomplish? What's going to distract me? I have one of my business partners, God bless her soul, love her to death, but her family's a major distraction. She hit a certain rank, which is unheard of. Unheard of, being a first-time network marketer. And due to family, probably won't get past that. Huh. You sure right about that, Tina. I was on that table thinking I was about to die giving birth. And I didn't. I'm here. And what's so crazy is, Devondra, you persevered and really pushed through, and you got a Chairman 50 that took your testimony and has put it in his presentation. That should blow your mind. It's an honor. Took your testimony and put it in his presentation. When I saw that, I was super proud because I know how far you've come. You've been in my house several times. We've had several conversations. Some of them were not the best. If you get too close to me, I'm going to act like Kim with you. I curse and get in your ass. You get too close to me. And that's only because I want what's best for you. And Robert says sometimes I want what's best for you guys more than you want what's best for you. And that's a little bit of my downfall. It's a little bit of my downfall because I want what's best for people way more than they want what's best for themselves. And I had to learn that. And that was the hardest thing for me to swallow. And there was a period, I don't know if you guys felt it, where I just kind of backed off because I was like, nobody wants this. There's no point. And then I started watching other people come into the group that I put together of people that wanted more out of life and really like just doing the most, creating a lot of stupidity. And I said, okay, I got to come in and take control again. People do want this. And guess what? Even if you don't, I'm going to sit here and talk to myself. I don't care. Me and Tiffany was on the Zoom by ourselves, and I was like, cool, let me go get my Cheetos. And me and Tiffany finna rock these charts out by ourselves. I don't care. So y'all saw me. I got on eating my Cheetos because I thought it was just going to be me and Tiffany. So anyway, I just want to tell y'all that story because I thought that was funny as hell that I literally for 2 days straight created in my mind a door was locked that wasn't. And I said, okay, Quinn, I hear you, God. Quinn, look at this as the classroom. This is a teaching moment. Teaching moment. Everybody in your life is a teacher. Everything that happens to you in your life is a teaching moment. Your world, the universe, is a classroom. That's all this is. We should be learning every day. Every single day. So nobody's here to hurt you in life. Nobody's here that doesn't want the best for you. They're the teacher. That's all they are. They're just teaching you something. So it behooves us all to learn, right? So now when I approach life in that way, Now I'm not as angry about certain things anymore. Like, okay, well, thank you, teacher. I needed to learn that. I appreciate it. Now let's move on with life, right? So, anywho, flaming hot Cheetos. I got the baked Cheetos, girl. I gotta lose weight. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a call with Mr. David Monetier at 10 o'clock, and he is already texting me how many of your team members, crap, my phone is dead now, how many of your team members are going to be on the call. And with that being said, that's, I told him everybody. Let's see how you prove me right, people. So if you've got new people that are in, make sure that they're on the call tonight. It's going to be very important information. It's a leadership call. Doesn't matter if you're not building. That's not the point. You want to make sure that you're on the call, taking good notes. Everybody should be on because everybody's a leader. I tell myself every single day, I am a shepherd who attracts shepherds. You are shepherds. You're not sheep at all whatsoever. You are shepherds. You attract other shepherds. I have built relationships with people who are shepherds and who attract other shepherds. All right? So boss up on these charts. Boss up on people when you're sharing the plan. Until further notice, do not put people on Dr. Spiller's Blitz calls. He's traveling, and he has not worked out his schedule, and I don't have the time to take up the slack on that. I did it a couple times for him, but this week is going to be stupid. When is the 7th? Like, I literally leave for the Bahamas in Thursday. So I was supposed to be at Chairman 10 by now. And they did a contest. If you hit Chairman 10 by a certain date, you would get to go to the Bahamas. Because of all the things that I do to help the big team, meaning everybody else's people under David and Dr. Spiller and Alex Morton. Because of that and just my servant leadership and the things that I did for this summit, they felt like I deserved a trip to the Bahamas too. So I'm happy that I got to go anyway. I'm sad because I'm not going as a chairman, but that's okay because we just got to work harder and grind a little bit harder. So on Thursday, I'll be in the Bahamas with the rest of the chairman. And with that being said, I'll be back. Robert and I are going to stay like an extra day or something. So we'll be back on the 11th. Oh, yeah, living that experience and go again with all of us. No, for sure. Absolutely. 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 But, I'm so competitive. Like, if there's a contest, I'm winning it. When Dr. Spiller put that contest in about you going to get into another signal group with just 2 people, I was like, oh, it took me 4 days. I'm going to win a contest. And Alex Morton was like, now, that don't make no sense. You should be recruiting, period. You should be getting 2 people a day. We should have to do no contest to put you in. I said, I know. That's sad. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to see if Robert and I can be home and we can possibly, like we normally do, take the audio and put it in the Facebook group and actually broadcast it on Facebook Live inside our group. That way it's there. We can go back and watch it again. But FYI, guys, y'all all can do the same thing. You all can broadcast on the Facebook group. If there's calls going on, again, you're shepherds. Broadcast the call live in the Facebook group. Just text me ahead of time so I can make sure I approve you going live in the group. But, yeah, let's all help each other out. It's what we're here for. I don't want us to, create a group of takers. I want us to create a group of givers, right? So, anyways, we'll be out of the country the 7th through the 11th, but there's people still having parties, still doing business opportunity meetings. That's not going to stop. So we want to make sure we're still sharing it with 2 to 5 people a day. If you want your team to really grow, share it with 2 to 5 people a day. Don't wait until a big event, or don't wait until stuff like that. Tuesday, June the 19th in Houston, Texas, our Houston meetings will resume on a regular basis, but now we're going to do them on Tuesdays. I know a lot of you guys work, and people are always like, oh, I got to work, I got to work, can't be there. If you can't be there, I get it, but you still should be inviting people and then telling a leader, hey, I invited these people. Here's a picture of them. You gave them a picture of me or Robert, and we should be able to connect with the people on your behalf and get them in, right? So we're all here to work for you. Make me earn my Chairman 10 check. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all don't work me enough. Like, for real. Y'all don't work me enough. Y'all should be making me earn that check. You don't. I'm putting it out there. None of you do. None of you are putting me on enough three-way calls. None of you are making me help you plan your schedule it out. None of you are blowing my phone up. You're blowing my phone up asking me questions about trend lines. Blow my phone up and ask me about other stuff. Paying for people to teach you trend lines. Just telling you. It's tight, but it's right. And what the preachers be saying. It's tight, but it's right. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. I thank you all. I'm expecting. I have a level of expectation. I'll see all of you guys at that 10 p.m. call tonight with David and with ETA. If you are in our Facebook Messenger group, I've already did a timer for you. So we should all be on. All right. Devondre, you got to work. That's cool. Kyle should be on. That's your son. Make sure you're on. My daughter's supposed to be on. I told her it's mandatory. I don't care where you at. Get on that call. Put your earphones in, little headphones. You need to be listening. She's 13. You need to learn how to be a leader. So, that being said, God bless you all. And I will talk to you guys later. Tell everybody in the Telegram and the Messenger group how much you learned today. If you had any nuggets, if you learned anything, drop some money bags in the group. Be like, hey, if you missed it, I hope she figures out a time that she can put the recording up. Too bad. Oh, he is? Okay, cool. But you're going to get creative? That's what I'm talking about, Devondria. Get creative. Get creative. High five to that. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great one.